Tekamaki, a Hosomaki variation with tuna. When you use a generous amount of filling, like this, you must reduce the amount of sushi rice. Otherwise, the roll gets too thick and doesn't close properly. In this case, it's approximately 65 to 70 grams of sushi rice. After you spread the rice on the nori, take a little bit of wasabi with the tip of your right index finger and smear it down the center line of the rice in one stroke. Don't worry, this step is optional. If you don't want wasabi, you can skip this step and move on to the next. Put the sticks of tuna over the line of wasabi. Pro tip: trim the end of the tuna sticks diagonally and fit the diagonal ends next to one another. This way, it looks like one long tuna stick, and each piece will have a consistent amount of filling when you cut the roll. Once the filling is in place, go ahead and roll it. Make sure that you press it well. Now, cut the Hosomaki roll. Before you cut, make sure that you always clean the knife and then dampen it with a wet cloth. Otherwise, the rice will stick to the knife when cutting. Cut the Hosomaki roll in 3 steps. First, position the tip of the knife at the point where you wish to cut and push the knife forward, making sure to cut the roll only halfway through. Second, pull the knife towards you a little bit and then slide the knife forward once again. Now the roll is cut through. Third, stabilize both halves of the roll with your left fingers and pull the knife towards you with your right. When you pull the knife, it's important to make sure that you completely cut through the nori in the bottom of the roll. Bring one half of the roll and align it side by side with the other half. Don't forget, clean the knife with the wet cloth each time you make a cut. Continue to cut the roll into even pieces in the same 3 steps. First, use the tip of the knife and push the knife forward to cut the roll halfway through. Second, pull the knife, then slide forward to cut the roll through. Third, hold both halves and then pull the knife to complete the process. Continue to cut the roll into even pieces using the same technique. Plating. After you cut the roll, stand the cut surfaces face up and put them together. You can either plate as they are, or another variation is to move the pieces like this. For the plating of sushi, it is very important to keep the alignment. Make sure that these lines are parallel. It is this detail that will make your plating look professional, sleek, and elegant. Hold all 6 pieces together with both hands, like this, and move them to a plate. Make sure that both the top and the bottom lines of the hosomaki are evenly aligned. As mentioned earlier, these clean lines ensure that the plating will look very neat and professional. In each piece, the filling is situated in the center of the roll and evenly surrounded by the rice. This is how you make the perfect Hosomaki roll. Because the Hosomaki roll is the most basic type of sushi roll, mastering this roll is the best place to begin to start mastering other types of sushi rolls. Here is the cutting demonstration once again. Remember, always clean and dampen the knife with a wet cloth before you start cutting. Cut the roll through in 2 motions. Hold both halves with your fingers and then pull the knife. Don't forget to cut through the nori on the bottom of the roll as you pull the knife. Then bring one half of the roll to align with the other half. Clean that knife. Always remember to make sure there is no rice sticking to the knife before you start cutting again. Place the tip of the knife on the roll and slide the knife forward to cut it through. Continue to cut the roll into even pieces using the same technique. turn the cut surfaces to face upwards. If you failed to cut each piece into an even size, and some of the pieces are shorter than others, bring the shorter ones into the middle, sandwiching the short ones with the other pieces from both sides. Now, as you can see, this middle piece is about 1 millimeter lifted. This is the way that you can cheat the height and still make them look even in size. If the pieces are almost evenly cut, you can use the previous plating technique. Another variation of the cutting and plating technique. If you cut 2 rolls at the same time, like this, you can stand each piece right side up, like this. Then take the first 6 pieces and arrange them in the same way as described earlier. You can do the same for the last 6 pieces as well. Move each group to the plate with both hands and line them up like this. If you're wondering what that open space is on the plate, it's room for lining the nigiri sushi pieces. This is a typical arrangement for a maki and nigiri combo.